Hey, this is John Siskovich, and I want to show you 5 things that I check when I'm not getting a good charge on my electric fence out on pasture. So when I'm out on pasture and I have my fence tester and I'm not getting a 4,000 volt reading or over, which is what I'm shooting for, I'm looking for the 4 to 9,000 kilovolt range. There's 5 things that I check. The first is the grounding rod, which I have over here. You want to make sure that grounding rod is in the ground about 18 inches, a foot and a half, and that'll give you a good ground. If that's good, then I check the charger. I actually take my fence tester and hook it up to the hot lead, with the ground lead attached to the ground. Check it at the hot lead. If your charger is not putting out a lot of volts, you're not going to get a lot of volts in the fence. So that was number 2. The third one is grass touching the fence. I go around and check the perimeter to see if there's any large patches of grass leaning on the fence. That will short it out and will drain the battery and cause you to have a low voltage reading on your fence. One of the other things that helps with grass as well is sag. I put in extra posts, because if you don't have that extra post, you can kind of see that the fence sags down. Now I use Premier Fencing, and they came out with a new product. It's like the Premier Plus chicken netting, which it's a shorter run. It's a 100-foot run versus 164 foot, but they have more fence posts tied closer together so that you don't have to run around with extra fence posts tying it, putting those extra posts in. I have both on farm. Sometimes some of my fences I put extra posts in, and that was an extra expense to have the extra posts, but it's a 164-foot run versus a 100-foot run. So there's a toss-up. Whatever works for you, works for you. So we did the grounding rod, the fence charger, sag, grass, and the last one is, and can be tricky, the horizontal lines on the fence can get low enough where they wrap around the bottom of the post, and if they're wrapped around the bottom of the post where it's metal, that fence will ground out right into the ground, and all your electricity will go into the ground instead of staying in the fence. So you have to go around and check every single post if you're not getting a good reading, and see that the fence hasn't dipped below the plastic insulator and gone onto that ground post. If you have any other tips, tricks, or strategies for making sure that you have hot fences out on pasture, I'd love to hear about it. Leave it in the comment section below. I'm a greenhorn farmer, just trying to share what I do on farm with other farmers so that maybe it'll make their day a little bit easier. That's it. Until next time, I will see you out in the field.